Alrighty, greetings and welcome back to the Class Action Point podcast. Episode... who cares anymore? But today we have Alex playing...
Sephrus, the Hengeyokai Scout.
Chris playing...
I'm playing Dweon, the Goblin Artificer.
Jared playing...
Mean Green Mother from outer space on the piano. Aya, the Tiefling Ardent.
And Jessica playing...
Zeuel, the Tiefling Scion.
And me, Andrew, who will be everyone else, basically. So, previously, on the Class Action Point podcast, it was just another day, and, well, stuff happened and such. And there was tests and things. And now it is not just another day. Or is it?
Ooh, I don't know.
So, another day starts in Swine Dimples, Academy for Adventuring Heroes and such. And there is some, it's another morning, another day, and there's now, and it seems that during the night, just in the corridor outside the Great Hall, a new notice board has been put up. Since the last one, well, let's just say, it had been tacked one too many times. And decided it was going to leave, because it was sick of it. Damn treants. Even when they're dead, they're not dead.
Was its name Brunt?
No.
Just curious.
No, this was not Brunt. Inside joke, but well. Anyways, there is already several things on there. Several signs and postings. As the majority of the party got up a little bit, later than usual, as it's, weekend. Weekends, most weekends you have no events or, things going on. So, what does everybody want to do?
Well, I'd suggest that we go check out this board. Andrew, I got a quick question. So, our last episode, we took a bunch of tests. Does that mean that's how does the quarters, is it semesters here? I'm trying to get a feeling of how the school year is going.
You have, three parts of the part before the winter break, the part before the spring break, and the part before summer break. Basically, you have three sections of where the majority of things have you have two big tests for every subject each section. You have a middle of the section and then one at the end. So
the group of tests, the tests that we just took was which ones then?
The middle ones for the first section.
All right.
Basically, well, for many of the subjects, some depending on the teacher, it may be more of a a surprise, when you actually have the test, or it might be something. Yeah, we're having it next week on Tuesday. Prepare yourself as best you can. Or it's we are having a test today in 5 seconds. Please put your books away. This will be a memory test. And if you do not remember, you will burn.
That was me in history.
Well, Yeah, there are certain teachers that are a little more practical with their lesson, with the way they teach their lessons, and those that are more theory-based in how they teach their lessons. And then there's Professor Bakoff, whom if you fail, well, you will know you failed, whether or not, and so will everybody next to you. Because when you fail at his class, everything's on fire around you. Or covered in acid, or whatever happens to be the concoction of the day. Perhaps. So, but like I said, there are some tests. You may or may not have passed all of them. And there's also a bulletin board.
Well, after a hearty breakfast, I say we go on over to the board and check out the new listings so we can make some more moolah.
Well,
I think that's a good idea.
Agreed.
The bulletin board does not, well, just a glance at it, it does not seem to be like a job board, more like events happening in the school.
Well, it's a job sport if you're nosy enough.
Perhaps. So, you have your breakfast. It appears to be sausage, as several forms of sausage as the main meat. There's links, there's some patties, there's like a crumbled up, like orangey sausage as well. Scrambled and dippy eggs. And toast. That's pretty much, and some kind of vegetable of some sort.
Dweon eats everything but the vegetable.
Yeah. Vegetable appears to be some form. If you sniff it, it seems to be fairly like some kind of probably pepper. So. Yes.
That's true. Is Cedra around? Is he like missing from the action here?
Cedra slept in today. Which
Yep.
is quite a feat considering you have the clock. The alarm clock, the magic alarm clock of doom that cannot be destroyed, or damaged, or removed, or any other thing except left to ring. So as you eat, there's a talk around, and
Well, Aya's got her face plastered into the table because she's not much of a morning person, so she doesn't really hear much of the talk.
Yeah, it's a late morning for pretty much everybody actually today. It is a weekend, so you don't really have classes or events for the most part. Occasionally weekends you'll have either there's occasional weekend when you have a tournament or something, or some other major like a school event. But you've only had one tournament so far and one other event, and that was pretty much just be careful and it was more a, what was it? It was just like a meeting of all the group, all the students for some announcements about something.
Zephyrus is doing the usual grabbing meat for Puggy while eating bits for himself.
There are various kinds of sausage. You find the orangey sausage is a little spicier than the others.
I knowingly know that Puggy does not care what he's eating as long as it's meat. So
Yes, but he might care if it's Well, he might care after he's eaten it. Well, let's just say it may not be comfortable on the way through his system
Fair enough.
as the other sausage. Of course, though, you might be able to increase his firepower with it.
That was the plan.
But whether he'll have control over that firepower, that's another thing.
Is our room flame retardant? I hope so.
Well, a good chunk of it was wood, though there is a stone-ish foundation. So you're not sure. It might be, yeah.
I asked
first.
I asked if anyone knows if that wood is enchanted to not burn.
It'll probably be you probably want to ask a staff member, and that might clue them into something else that you might not want them to be clued into. Well,
I could just Stone Sunder since he does know about Puggy.
You mean Steinbanger?
Yes, Stone Sunder, someone completely else.
Yes, a completely different game and a completely different character.
Yep.
And a completely different podcast, even. Alrighty, Professor Stein. You might be able to talk to Professor Steinbanger later on. He seemed to be eating eating. You might not be good to interrupt him when he's eating.
I mean, I could just ask because we kind of have a fire mage sitting in the room at the moment, so.
Well, yeah, technically, well, a fire monk.
Yeah.
Your party. Anyways, so food goes down good. The orange sausage, it's fairly spicy, but it's still pretty good, at least for now. So breakfast pretty much finishes up. You apparently were some of the last ones. So there's food. You finish off your food.
Yep.
And so there's a bulletin board to look at too.
Well, I'm looking at the bulletin board.
Alright, the bulletin board. The bulletin board has a small crowd around it. Dweon, being short, can kind of try and weave between some of the legs and get into the kind of gap in front of everybody. As they're keeping a little bit of distance from it so they can read things in different spots of it.
I'm going to shift into my full fox form and just kind of jump in between people's legs until I get to the front.
Okay, got it. And then you transform back and basically block everybody's view.
I transform partially, so I'm still kind of short. So I look like a very strangely shaped fox at the moment.
So, I'm not sure how that works exactly. How your thing works. It might be maybe you could always just transform so you're kneeling down a little bit.
That, or I'll crawl up some random person's shoulder and just sit there.
Alrighty, roll me a d6.
Okay.
I've got some ideas for who it could be.
5.
Alrighty. You find yourself on the shoulder. You find a really tall shoulder to stand on. And it turns out to be a really tall blue person.
Oh, this guy again.
That's from one of your that you have not actually had a class
Okay.
yet. Actually, no.
Okay.
A blue man, not a gray man.
I think to myself, I really like his music.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, as long as if he doesn't like attack me or anything, then I'm just gonna read what's on the board.
So he does. He seems to be. He has these little. You managed to find a good purchase on this kind of wing-like ornament that he has kind of on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And you see basically a bunch of like announcements and stuff. There's apparently going to be a sale at the Swine Dipple School shop starting on Monday, and it has like a short list of some of the stuff on sale. There's apparently, tryouts for the local Fayball League.
Oh no.
There's a large paper with like a mini calendar of like a whole week, and it's got like it says study groups and kind of shows which study groups for different subjects are on different days of the week in the evening.
A is like squinting and scratching her head like, Fayball? What's Fayball?
There's a announcement for an arcane disc golf tournament.
And then he looks at that like, arcane disc golf?
In a couple
what
of
is
weeks.
that?
There's a handwritten announcement from a individual saying that he's starting a cubicles and coworkers campaign, and is interested in players. He needs an office worker. His group needs an office worker and a janitor.
A is she's most entranced by the Fayball and arcane disc golf, and she looks accusingly at everyone else. It's like you didn't tell me there were such activities going on here.
I look at the cubicles and desk workers and say that's for nerds, and think that's for nerds since I'm still in Fox.
Yeah. There's also.
A is like, I don't know what these things are.
Finally, there's apparently a 3-Dragon anti-league also starting up as well.
3-Dragon anti? That sounds more than 2-Dragon anti. What is that?
So basically, this is a board of extracurricular activities.
More or less, things you can do after classes, or to help with, in some cases, to help with classes, in cases of study groups.
Well, if that's all there is, then Zephyrus is just gonna get down and just get back to the back of the crowd, and once he's there, transform back into his. This is like gonna be one of the first times that they see him, but he's going to transform into his mostly human form. So like all of his fur is going to be gone. He's going to be just a paler human than like what people are used to.
Yeah, he usually has hair, and he does not have does he have a beard in this form or any
Nope.
form?
The only hair he has is the hair on his head, the hair around his ears, and the hair on his tail, because for some reason he keeps those attributes.
Oh yeah.
To show that he is not human, of course.
Yes, not quite human, at least. Alrighty.
I thought you were going to say for a second, it's like the only hair he has is on his head and on his head. Yes.
No. It's not that kind of podcast yet.
Alrighty.
Yes.
So,
I like how you put yet in there.
So yeah. And apparently Apparently there's
So
some-
Aya has been woken up and is mystified by all these activities that she's never heard of, and has no clue what they are.
So, anybody interested?
She's like, I will join all of the clubs, all of them.
Oh boy. Well, you see, that's kind of a problem because there's two here that are at the exact same time in completely different places. How are you going to do that?
She squints her eyes and she's like, where are they taking place?
Well, let's see. Well, this study group is up in the library. While the Fayball League has a game in the on the grounds.
It's like, I can dump the study group. I know what that is. That doesn't sound mystical and exciting. Fayball. Is it like...
However, depending on how long the Fayball game goes, it might, clash with the Cubicles and Coworkers campaign. Since they're, if it doesn't get done in an hour, yeah, it's going to impact that. And you're not sure how long they take. Oh boy.
Bedford's has plenty of stuff to do with his dealing with Puggy's appetite and other aspects of his daily life, as well as just hunting in general and spending time in the woods.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need an extracurricular.
I want to take a look into that Cubicles and Coworkers.
I look at Zeuel and say, nerd.
I'm just saying, what kind of life is that? It sounds crazy, Working in a cubicle? God, what's work?
Aya looks and is like, we will find out together.
So unrealistic.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's like another world has appeared before me. These activities that people do that none of the books mention any of these.
Yeah. Alrighty. So yes, there's clubs and events and stuff. There's also one more official looking post. They seem to be covered with a lot of the other stuff. It appears to have been put there first. And it announced...
It says, winners don't use drugs.
Winners don't use, potions.
We all do. We must.
You could have just said winners don't use Fey dust.
Yeah. True. Alright. So there's also there's an announcement
Fey dust and shadow salts.
Yeah, there's an announcement that all first years are going to have an event on Monday, actually.
Do I have to? Probably.
Actually, the event is actually a combination of it's a class of sorts, and it's listed as a surprise for the first years.
Oh no.
Surprise class.
Surprise class sounds awful.
Yeah.
And it's gonna last the whole day. Well, the whole school day.
Okay.
I wonder if it's gonna be like a field. Did you guys ever have like field days when you were like in elementary school, where everybody would go outside and they'd run track and?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awful.
It was bullshit.
And fail.
Yeah. That was horrible.
Yes,
That
it
was when I was
horrible
still
for
one.
people who actually wanted to learn practical and actually useful things. Yes. Apparently.
Field day.
Did a UFO just go by someone's house because?
No, that was just a car. I'm like 8 feet from the road, and the people here seem to not understand what this speed limit means.
The speed limit there is actually like 40, so that sounds like what
Actually,
he
it's
was going.
35.
Which is code for 40.
Yeah, true.
Which apparently is code for 450. Considering how fast some people go down this road.
And the length of that sound that guy made sounds like he was going about 40.
Yeah, with probably the loudest vehicle ever.
Well, it is Bulls Creek. There are people driving on 30-year-old trucks there.
No, Bulls Creek is where I used to live.
It's still Bulls Creek, son.
Yeah.
Bulls Creek leaks into Claysburg.
This is Claysburg, not Bulls Creek. Anyways,
Claysburg is just a suburb of Bulls Creek.
We're still recording, you know.
No one's gonna know where that is.
Yes, people in my own county don't even know where that is.
There you go.
Yes, but I do. You do
While
too.
Aya's having an argument with God, Zephyrus is just sharpening his knives and swords.
Wait, you said Cedra. It's confirmed. Cedra and Zephyrus are the same person.
That's why we never see them at the same time.
Alright, so yeah, there's some events for future reference.
So what comes first, these events or the special surprise class?
Well, the different events are in different times. It says that there's going to be next weekend. There's going to be tryouts for the Fayball team. The week after that, there's going to be an arcane disc golf tournament. Some of the study groups and Three Dragon Anti-League and the Cubicles and Co-workers campaign all seem to be starting later in the week, this week, at some point. So, yeah. But Monday, you're going to have that the event, and then there's going to be other stuff coming up.
All right, so the event's coming first.
Alrighty then. The whole group is well, is there anything you want to do before that event?
No.
Aya's just gonna remember all the information for all these clubs because it's basically just this whole new world is open before her, a dazzling place she never knew. And that she's way up here, it's crystal clear that she's gonna devote all herself to all these clubs with you.
Oh boy.
Yep, people like my reference I made in the chat that you all listeners don't get to see.
Yeah.
Zeuel, think of the kids.
I remember, playing that and then killing everyone like Toriel and Papyrus.
I could not do genocide mode. I still haven't beaten the game, period, so I don't know what I'm doing making references like I know what I'm talking about.
Alright. So.
But genocide run, it's never going to happen. I couldn't do it.
Sissy.
Alright, so Monday comes and I guess nothing else has happened on this weekend, on this wonderful weekend day.
Before we go on,
Okay.
this is what starts playing when Aya's walking out.
Oh God.
Annoying dog song, my favorite.
My favorite's Papyrus' theme, but yeah, the dog song was amazing.
Dog song is essentially when someone's trolling, the dog shows up.
Alright, so you're taken to. Well, the event is happening in the arena, actually.
Okay.
Gee, I wonder what the event could possibly be.
Maybe the teachers are gonna fight.
our 4-man group is at a very big disadvantage.
Actually, no, we don't want you there yet. Yes, there's an event, and basically, you're each asked to have each team is asked to have like a to write on like a piece of parchment, something to identify themselves, whether their name, their team name, or whatever. So who goes for the parchment first?
Well, Aya, of course. She's the face of the party.
Zephyrus will grab that from Aya. Or grab it before Aya reach it.
This sounds like a thing to roll initiative for. Whoever gets the best initiative gets the paper.
Awesome. This is going to be bad.
That's bad.
Yes!
Okay.
Yes!
Alrighty, Dweon gets the paper. Does he remember how to write?
Aya makes a diplomacy check.
Okay.
It's like nice. It's like nice going, Dweon. All right, he's like, get here. I'll register us.
Be free.
While Aya's doing this, Zephyrus is just trying to steal the paper and run.
Alrighty. Okay. So, Dweon.
Yes?
I need to make a calligraphy check.
Calligraphy check. Okay, what would that be?
Probably dex-based, so do you have it trained?
Dexterity. Anything dexterity trained?
Oh God, we're 2 months in the school and we're too stupid to write.
I'm actually worried about whether he can write it. So he can write. Can he write it so others can read it?
I mean, I'm very intelligent. I'm very intelligent, not so dexterous, but
yeah.
Right. I'm just gonna draw a picture.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh boy!
Roll an art check.
Is this the picture?
So I take this thing and I scribble down real quick because I always keep like a grease crayon in my little pouch and everything like this.
Yeah.
And I do a quick little scribble on there because I'm pretty trained. I write, I draw runes on stuff and everything like that.
Got it.
And proudly turn the paper over and I show it to everybody. And from what you can tell, it looks like a very poor drawing of a stick figure dragon. It has a big mouth with sharp little teeth. Picture. Very short neck, very small wings. Big pile of, it looks like maybe poop behind it. And underneath, with a backwards P, it says Puggy.
Okay.
Actually, I was going for this as the drawing that Dweon made.
I can see it totally in my head.
Alrighty, so everybody
Dweon has a big smile.
Yeah, everybody gathers up in the stand. So they gather in the stands in basically your team groups, and one of the teacher and Professor Stonescar, the half-orc nature teacher, walks out, pulls out a rock and pokes it for a moment, and then talks into it, and you hear his voice magnified several times come out. Greeting. Welcome, all first years,
to the Thunderdome.
Thunder.
2 teams enter, 1 team leaves.
To a practical lesson on the forces of nature,
Okay, this is okay for me. For now.
particularly elemental force of nature.
Oh, damn. Where is Cedro? We need him.
Yeah, totally.
Today, 4 of our first year team will have the honor and the opportunity to show their knowledge of nature in a contest, while the rest of you will take notes on what they know or do not know that can help for later knowledge and tests and stuff. He pokes the rock again. Sorry. Charm stopped work after so long.
And a loud half-orc who's right behind him and said, "That's what she say."
This is the half-orc teacher.
Yeah, but another half-orc is right behind him.
So, our first team. Cedra's here. Or will be here soon.
Aya looks around like, what? How's he know Cedra's going to be here?
What was that voice?
You see Cedra's trying to go through the stands on the way to meet you. Apparently he woke up late.
Sephiroth cracks his knuckles again. Because he's gonna beat the shit out of Cedro when he gets here.
Oh boy. Yeah. So there's a box with all the parchments in, all the pieces of, well, more cardstock than parchment really, but well. And there's the
Cardstock, in this day and age, I find that unrealistic.
says a devil person.
Oi, we prefer to be called morally challenged.
I feel like if anyone's morally challenged, it's definitely not Aya in this group.
That's just discrimination.
Alrighty. So
She was one of the few that was against murdering a guy.
So first up, the first team that will need to will have opportunity for glory is, he reaches down into the box, moves around a little, digs around a little bit, and pulls out about 5 cards. Oops. Puts them back in, shakes them around again. There we go. 1. Team Shield of Hope, which apparently is your friend Seika and friend Hope and Ulrich's team.
Oh,
You finally get to meet the
good
rest of their team, but you ended up pretty high in the stand, so all you really know is that they're, probably medium-sized from this angle and height, and distance. And they will be showing their prowess against water. And several water elementals are, summoned into the opposite side of the arena after they, come down into it. So, and they do fairly well, pretty much. Seika apparently is some kind of roguish character type, and manages to stab several of them in their backs.
And their giblies.
It's hard to tell with them, but they're elementals, and they seem to go down at. They do well. They seem to work well together, specifically Ulrich, Hope, and Seika. They seem to have already gotten the, a 1-2-3 punch type of a thing going together.
Hmm. So what does Ulrich look like? Is he like swinging swords, or what is he doing?
He has a really big shield, and is actually using it mostly as a weapon.
He's a shield bearer. That's all he does.
And actually, yeah, he seemed to have gotten in the meantime. He'd gotten a nice shield that it's a round shield with a big spike in the middle, and it does and once he uses it, throws it at one of the elementals, and it goes right through it and comes right back through it again.
Oh God, he's Captain America.
We turned down Captain America.
Nah, more like U.S. Agent.
Okay. Either way. He would have been all right. He would have been a great tank since Murdoch's not here.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's not Captain America. He Lieutenant Patriotism.
No, he's just Sergeant. What he is Lieutenant Louisiana. He's not quite supporting the whole country yet.
God, what a demotion!
We should have known by that wacky Cajun accent he had.
And what? And
So
he's looking forward to someday being Major Midwest.
Fair enough.
So he's Sergeant Louisiana Purchase?
No. Yeah. So they do.
Oh, and what does Hope?
Well.
What does Hope do? Is she a caster or what?
What?
Hope? Is she a caster or what?
She has a staff and does some little bits of casting. She also hits things with her big stick too.
Right.
She appears to be their healer as well, or the closest thing they have to one, as far as you can tell. They didn't really need a lot of healing, actually. They were very, very effective, surprisingly. In some cases, some ways. Alrighty. Let's see if he's ready to be brought in. Nope, not quite yet. Alright. So, basically, as the battle with the elementals goes, there's some commentary from a couple of Professor Stonescar and Professor Steinbanger on some of the things that they do, and some of the things that work, and the one or two things that don't work so well. Most water elementals are resistant to fire, seeing as they're water, of course. Yes.
Stonescar, think it. Stonescar fight water elemental. Stonescar, drink it.
Yes. That shield guy, though, had a really good idea throwing his shield at that thing. That thing has reach, and it knows, and it's quite a threat when you get into it. It can reach all over the place.
Stonescar have to piss like racehorse, not be good in fights.
Yeah. The little one keeps getting them right in whatever, the closest thing to a back that thing has.
Perhaps this Stonescar bring big bottle into battle.
Yeah, so... yes, so there's also... Ooh, they probably shouldn't have been all all surrounding that little one, that little elemental, because that big one just crashed all through them with a big wave of itself. Whatever. Anyways, they've done very good. Yay! Yay! Does anybody? And so as they finish up, the announcers are basically giving like a review of what went through and what things were effective and so forth and such.
And he was just kind of looking off in the distance, fantasizing. He's like, I wonder what the ball in Fable could refer to.
Yeah. So as the group comes up, as Seika's group comes back up into the stand, Dweon, give me a perception check.
Will do. I rolled average. I rolled a 10 total.
Total of 10. But
Yes.
that means you rolled a 2 on the die.
I'm trying to make it sound better than it is.
Doesn't matter
very
what the actual roll is. All that matters is the result.
The
I'm
total
very
is 10.
very distracted. I'm very
Yes,
distracted.
you're very
I'm
distracted.
like, ooh, those were pretty stabby moves that Seiko was doing.
Yep.
He's daydreaming with
So,
us.
Better than what I can see.
yeah.
I see.
Alright.
I see stuff better.
So,
Oh, and I also rolled.
They're going through and reviewing everything. Professor Stonescar gets on the rock again. Pokes it. Picks up the rock again. Pokes it. Alrighty. Next up, we have. And he reaches into the big, box of random, things, and pulls out a piece of cardstock that Team Stick Figure Lizard Thing. Team Stick Figure Lizard Thing. Looks around.
I gotta look
Team
at
Stick
back.
Figure Lizard Thing.
I gotta look at the back. Because that's why I wrote Team Persis on it.
So, Suicide Mayet? Team Perseus. Sorry, Team Perseus.
There we go. There we go. I bow and say, Cedric, get your ass over here.
Alrighty. So,
Now we're no stranger to this arena, so we Dweon, comes on out. He's all, doing the champion thing, both hands above his head.
alrighty, we're gonna. Yes, you might as well get your characters ready. Let us. And you'll be fighting Earth Elementals.
Ooh.
Mission about big boulder boy. Well,
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, get your initiatives ready, and I need to find my initiative. Wow, that's a whole big number. Hey. Yeah, it is a. That's all it is.
Well, so far it looks like I'm delaying the action.
Alright, I need to do
That, or I'll just take the turn standing here and getting all my stuff ready.
Zephyrus, tanks never delay actions. Get in there. Come on now.
I'm not a tank. We're strikers.
Oh,
You are our tank now.
Also, movement is 7, and I would rather.
okay.
Also, I'd rather them come to us, considering they're a good distance away. And if I stay here one turn, then I can activate all. I can activate both of my stances, so I can hit harder and move after I hit or miss.
Alright.
Before we start this, I punch Cedra in the arm.
Alright. Alright. So. Alrighty. Oh boy. This is not gonna be good unless Cedra rolls really good. Oh wait. Yeah, this is on here.
Are there?
There's a Zephyrus at 20 and a Zephyrus at 13.
Oh, I don't see them when I
Well,
see them.
it's because the 20 is Zephyrus' instinctive action.
On ours, we don't have the 13.
Yeah, I just see the 20.
And did you roll a 20? Yes, you did.
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Alrighty. And I'll get rid of that then. Extra one.
Just-
Somehow something must have happened. Oh, that might have been... Something might have happened. Okay, anyways. Alright. Let's get sending... Cedra. So, the Earthbreaker Elemental goes first. It is a medium-sized one, represented by this thing. And it is going to move. It moves 5, 6. Could do that, maybe. Does it want to charge? Or does it? Yes, it wants to charge you. Zephyrus can just get you with a charge.
Looks like I can't activate both my stances in one go, guys. What?
Alrighty.
Report.
Versus your AC. They'll have a +1 from charging as well. Does a 16 hit you?
No.
Well,
Thankfully.
that failed.
He rolled the 4, so.
Couldn't have rolled much worse.
Exactly.
Alright.
He's going to the other time after this.
Zephyrus.
Alright, well. I expected the looking spider. And then I activate my Master's Blade Rapier.
Yep.
So now, next turn, I can activate my second stance, and I'm just going to hit him.
Got it.
That's not what I wanted to press. That's a 15.
Versus
Ugh.
AC.
Yeah,
Will actually miss.
of course it will. That's awful. I rolled a 2.
Yes. Alrighty. The Ground Shaker. Its turn is next. Oh yeah, it's a new day, so action points. You might need them. Just saying. Alrighty, the Ground Shaker is going to do something. Ooh, boy, it's a mad speed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what does it want to do? technically charge a couple of things, but doesn't want to.
Oh man, this guy's got an aura. It's huge.
Yes. Yes, it has an aura. You're not quite in it yet.
This is.
Hmm.
If he hits Siege, I will be.
Okay, I know what it's going to do. It's going to burrow under the ground.
Oh god.
And you're not sure exactly where it is, so I'll just shove it over here. I know where it's going to end up, where it is, but it's underground now.
Guys, we should probably move away from this spot because this is where he's probably gonna burst.
And then the biggest one is going to go. The biggest one. It appears to be almost toddler-shaped, but definitely not toddler-sized. Composed of rocks. A lot of them. And it is going to advance.
Dweon, you should be going before that stone grass because your initiative modifier is 2.
What's that?
You should be going before the stone grass because your initiative modifier is +2.
Alright, it's going to...
It all depends on what his dexterity is, right?
It's based on the initiative modifier, and it looks like his is 1, so you should be 8.2.
All right.
Alrighty,
So you
it's
can move
going
me up
to...
then.
It's going to walk over here. Do a double move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh man,
Hmm.
not good.
And then it's technically Dweon, so let me reorganize it so Dweon will be next.
All right.
Dweon. The big guy seems to be looking at Dweon right now.
Dweon gives a little shriek. Eek! And let's
Massive
stuff together here. I do not like being within that close of range of him, so I am going to move. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, where do I want to move to?
Anywhere close to him?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go, whoops, 1.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to go.
4.
Okay, the Earthbreaker is going to get an attack of opportunity against you for walking through that space.
What? Oh, okay. I didn't see him
this
here.
guy
Right
here.
here. Okay, yeah, I see him there now. Okay, I'm right here. So I'll go. Yeah, I'll go around the other way. So I am going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine there, I guess. And I'm going to just do an attack of some sort. Let's see, I'm going to do my... As a blow and encounter, I'm going to do drain speed on the big guy right here.
Steps.
All right, I'm in finally.
Yay!
Finally.
Yes. You're having a class/event where you're fighting elementals.
Oh boy,
I'm
Earth
did we
elementals.
try?
I'm gonna die.
Did we
I hope you know that.
try stabbing them? I know I missed a lot. Did we try stabbing them?
We
Sephir's
just
tried much of
tried and
anything,
failed. So far, Sephir's has tried and failed.
Well, I guess now that I'm getting on map. I guess what have you guys done? What's the quick rundown on how we've reached
Sephir,
somebody dying, somebody else?
This elemental.
I signed you up for all the extracurriculars because you weren't here to defend yourself.
Damn it, that's to be expected though, isn't it?
The rundown.
You're gonna-
This elemental here charged Sephir's and failed to hit. Then Sephir's
Alrighty.
failed to hit it back. Then this One of them moved. A big one moved around and then burrowed under the ground, and the biggest one double moved to where it is now.
Okay.
The smallest one, the stone grass, has not hacked it yet, and you need to.
Okay, so this is still turn 1. Okay, I thought we were a couple turns
Yeah,
in.
it's still
Okay.
round 1.
In
You
that
have to watch
case,
one of the other teams deal with water elementals.
Alrighty, in that case, I'm gonna roll my initiative and hopefully hop in eventually in this turn.
Oh, look, we're even. What's your initiative modifier? Same as mine.
5.
Oh, yours is 5? Never mind then.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat!
Before me, next turn.
Alright, so
I'll tell you what. Since I was going to say, since I have not acted in this turn count, I'll just delay my turn all the way till the very end, and that's where I'll pop in rather than
okay.
popping in right before you.
1.1.
Or you
Sounds
can
good.
swap them after Dweon because we'll probably need the help.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can do that.
Alrighty, so now you are at 7.2. Since a little slightly. Alrighty, we'll get this set up. But Dweon's turn is current.
All right, so yes, I'm gonna hit the big boulder boy with a black orb, drain speed. Here it goes. I rolled crap, so it's a 12 versus AC.
Yep. It's a big thing, and you managed to miss the biggest target on the board.
I must have tripped over something over here. You know, the stuff that got burrowed, or there's probably some loose rock or something.
Here's the trajectory it took. It went, whew, boink, boink, boink.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well,
All right,
Stone
that's
Rush
my
Elemental is
turn.
also on an 8, so we'll get that done while Cedar decides what he's going to do. Alright, the Stonegrass Elemental is the smallest of them all. But let's make sure. Okay, this is gonna, and Dweon is barely in the range. Alrighty, it is going to basically take its, rocky arms and just kind of push them through the ground, back into the down into the ground. And Dweon versus your reflex. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Alrighty.
Is that
It's
considered a ranged
basically-
attacks?
Not really. It's a burst 5, one enemy in burst. Basically, you see hands come up over here, rough stony hands come up over hereabouts. Jared, drawing on the board. Bad. Especially part of the board we might be using. You can do it on other parts. But yeah, basically like that. It puts its arms into the ground and then they come out close to you but not quite where you're at. Since I rolled 1. Alrighty, Cedra.
These songs are fantastic, though.
Oh no!
Oh, no,
He shifted back under the ground. He's hidden again.
And you could put your
Alrighty.
character where you wanted it to be, of course. Since you
Oh,
weren't here to
okay.
actually, organize things a bit better. Leon's pretty much the only one
Yeah.
who's actually moved from their original spot.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, it looks like we guys. Easy for me to say. We had it easy.
Cedra is currently Schrodinger's elf. He is currently in all spaces at once until you observe and see where he is.
Or more to the point, once I actually find my character sheet. Oh, there we go. It would be this guy. It's a character sheet looking thing. Yep. Alrighty. Well, I know who the. Well, let me ask you this: Who brought Tears to Cephers? Cephers is over here,
You did.
consider
sobbing for his
Technically.
life.
Technically, you
Earthbreaker
did by being absent.
Yeah. And Earthbreaker has plus 11 to hit, and my AC is only 17. So I'm going to get my shit wrecked by this guy most of the time. And
But he
we're
Well, that's
did,
not,
probably
said he
all
rolled
of
a
us,
4.
though. So
yeah, we're
that's
not
probably
even
all of us. So I was going to, even that number aside, with him directly right next to you, I'm thinking he's a good target to team up on. Because I realized I can just kind of do one of these. Yeah, hello.
Sweet. And then we have got to worry about this guy, and there's also another big guy underground that's going to probably fuck us up at some point.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, well,
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
big,
like
there's a
I-
kind of hole around here-ish that's about large-ish size or close to it. Yeah.
If you're looking at the left-hand corner of the arena, there's a guy with a giant aura.
He's not there right now.
which
He's currently
is probably
underground.
not good. So I'm going to blistering flourish and kind of whip up some fiery attacks real quick. And
Yes,
Wow.
fire.
I don't know if that's a hit or not.
Let me see.
I hope the reflex
15
is
versus
crappy.
reflex on that thing.
And I added my combat advantage too, so that's what's a little iffy.
15 will not hit. Did you add 2 for already?
Oh yeah, I already added my +2.
Yes, you can charge if you're slowed.
Yeah.
Since
In
you're
that
charging
case,
me-
and I hate to use it so early.
Like, what?
In that case, I'm gonna use my Elven accuracy. I hate to use it so early, but let's see if I can fix my attack roll.
I'm already using some of my berries too, so it's okay.
That.
And
Yes.
okay.
Damn.
And I did
for
about as low as
rerolls
I
and
possibly
multi-target things, you take the first damage, which is not much better, but still better. Barely.
Okay. Alrighty, 7 damage, and I'm going to, of course, flurry of blows and my turn as I whip up an extra attack.
Flurry of Blows does how much for you?
I forgot to add my damage bonus I just got from blistering flourish, but it is going to be 5 plus 3.
5 plus 3 plus 7, so 15 total.
Yeah, and that is my turn.
Alrighty, that is the first damage dealt to one of these.
Yep.
Or to anyone, pretty much, because, well, misses. Alright, Zeuel.
Okay, I think I am going to start off by using a Augment 2 Betrayal on the big boulder boy to have him move over to the stone grasp and try to beat his face in.
Okay. Alright, 13 versus Will. Not quite enough, unfortunately.
We are
I'm
rolling.
going to use Irrefutable Armor to try and re-roll that.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so I get a +2 on this next one, so 24.
That will hit him. How much did he slide him?
4 squares.
Alright, 1, 2. So you're going to slide him 1, 2, 3, and 4. And going to have him make a melee basic, which is...
Nice.
30.
God.
Again, yes, yeah, that hits it's everything. I need to find.
I hope so.
Alrighty, I now need.
This, I'm worried about this guy now, because he's got plus 12 normally. I mean, he's dazed until the end of your next turn, but still.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
And he does 2d8 plus 6 damage, so that's fun.
14 plus 4
And then-
more,
Yep.
so minus 18 total.
And he's dazed
And
until
he's
under my next
dazed.
turn.
And he's dazified.
And I am going to move a bit and spread out in case.
In case the guy shows up right here because we're all kind of congregated in one area.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna use the nuclear symbol for that. Alrighty.
And that is my turn.
Alrighty.
Somebody's powered up.
Alrighty, Aya.
Alrighty, let's see. Choices. Go after Big Boulder Boy or work on that stone grass because he's a small dude and might fall fast.
There's also an Earthbreaker right there.
That we can't.
This is true too.
You've got all sorts of targets.
I think Aya's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and box this guy in.
So at least he can't get out. Okay.
In theory.
Well, he could shift and then.
Yes, but he could unless he shifted twice and used up all his actions to do that.
He wouldn't be able to escape anyway.
Yeah, at least not easily. Without getting at least one opportunity attack.
Alright, I think I'm gonna hit him with a plain old demoralizing strike.
Okay. Make him easier to hit if you hit.
Yep. So it's like just a really flamboyant, powerful looking strike that should make him a little scared to fight on because it was very intimidating.
Oh.
Only if it would roll higher than a 3.
Alright, that's on the Earthbreaker. Nope, that's not a hit.
Curses. Foiled again. Let's see.
Our
Nothing I
guys
can
are murdering us.
Can't do anything to bolster that. So I just have to, cluck my teeth, and that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Back to the top of the round with the Earthbreaker. The Earthbreaker elemental is going to basically collapse into the ground using an ability called Stone Meld. Self. Teleport up to 5 squares. You must be in contact with the ground at beginning and end of the teleport. Basically, it does a little thing, kind of a quick burrow, and comes back up over here. Yeah.
Foiled,
Oh,
right?
that's not good.
No.
This one is surprisingly smart for the elemental of its type.
I'll try to help you out next turn as best I can.
Okay, thank you.
And it's going to slam you.
Oh man.
With a 15.
Oh my god.
I've got a 17 AC.
This one must be doomed to roll 4s. Alrighty. Sephiroth. There is no longer an elemental in your little box.
Okay. Since I can now do 2 aspects, I'll also activate Aspect of the Cunning Fox and run over here and hit this guy.
Got it.
Finally actually got to hit him.
That will hit.
So that's 11 damage.
Got it.
Hold it. It's
And
8 damage, and you have +7 bonus with Lurking Spider and combat advantage.
I really need to change that. It's actually just +3. So let me change that real quick so it makes more sense.
There's +3 total, or just or what?
Yeah, it's just you add +3 to what it is. It's like
Alright, so 8, and the second one second attack hits as well. So total
And
is...
that'll be another 12 damage, and I'm gonna add a power strike because why not? And that's extra 5.
Got it. So total of damage is...
Let's see, 5, 17, 28.
28.
Nice.
8. Okay. A strange kind of liquidy, muddy substance starts coming out of it. The center of it.
Lava!
Right at it. And slashed it.
Oh, we've lava'd him.
Yes, he is now immune to fire. And you all take fire damage when you're next to him. But yeah, anyway, so yeah,
Oh, wait.
never mind.
In that case, I'm sorry. 1, 2. Oh, nope.
Nope. Alrighty.
Love that ability.
Okay, the Ground Shaker is next.
Oh, great.
I
See
know
where he
where
pops
it
up.
went. I need to make sure what it Okay, well, it is going to reappear here.
Oh, for fuck's
And
sake.
it's going to do a thing called Tremor when it comes up. A close burst to creatures in the burst. It's versus Fortitude.
Oh,
So-
of course, my worst one.
So versus Sephiroth first. 16.
Yep. It's,
Yeah.
Yes.
And
wow.
Cedra.
Yep, that hits.
Oh boy. This is gonna be bad.
Of course it is. He would have to roll a 2 in order to miss me, so
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh boy. Well, let's hope this doesn't roll high. It did roll high.
Oh God.
Also, you get to find out what his aura does.
of course we do. I'm down to 10 hit points. I'm bloodied.
Whenever a non-earth creature that is standing on the ground is hit by an attack while in this aura, that creature falls prone.
Yeah, I
As the
figured that would happen.
ground-shaking aura. Yeah. Alrighty.
Well, nice knowing you guys.
Remember, you are in the arena. The arena has some life-saving properties. Remember, from the tournament. You're hoping they are on.
Yeah.
And it's a big, big, big boulder boy.
And this guy who can deal even more damage.
Alrighty, he's dazed currently, so he can only have one action, unless he does something. Oh no. Well, let's see what he does first. So he
It's
seems to
Jack-
still be kind of concentrating on Dweon. He's gonna reach out at Dweon.
What?
He has reach 3
God
Oh.
dang.
versus your reflex, Dweon, a 20.
That hits.
Alrighty, one medium or smaller creature in reach. On a hit, you are grabbed and picked up by him. You are now being held several feet off the ground in one of his big, massive fists. It does no damage, though.
No, that'll be next turn.
So, what is your reaction to being picked up by this big, big rock?
Well, it's my turn, correct?
It
so
will be your turn next, but you've just been picked up, so you might as well want to
Scream.
react to this.
Oh yeah, I scream very loudly,
You
and
scream.
yes, it echoes through the whole arena.
Okay. It goes. Kind of laughs at you. And let's see.
The living missile
Yes.
might be in place.
Okay. It likes you. Enough that it's going to action point.
Oh god.
Now. What will it do with its action point?
And it can still action point while dazed, correct?
Yes, it still gets, but it only gets the one extra action, and it probably only has the one action point. If it keeps getting dazed, it's not going to be able to do this again. But it thinks it's happy with having its little toy, and it's going to play with it by hitting it against another toy.
No.
Probably
Deidre.
Yeah, Cedra. It's going to use an attack called You Are a Finely Honed Weapon. It requires that the elemental must have a creature grabbed and picked up. So it is going to make an attack against Cedra's reflex.
A 16.
Yes.
My reflex is 17.
Alright, you dodge barely out of the way as he basically
Yes.
slams Dweon into the ground.
Oof.
First.
Was Dweon okay from that?
Well, we'll find out here. Once we roll the... Dweon will take half the damage that would have been dealt normally.
You are a finely honed shovel.
Yes. Wait. So he'll take half of this.
13 points.
Yeah. As basically you get a face full of dirt.
Actually, this is wrong for some reason. I have actually 35 hit points. So
Yeah, probably. Well, you need to alter the other part. Yeah. But yeah, you now
And then-
have less than that.
yes, now I'm minus 13. There you go.
Whole party ass beating. Like that. TPKO is probably more accurate. Or total
Alright,
party. No.
Dweon. Dweon is currently grabbed and picked up.
All right.
You can pretty much do anything that you can do while you're grabbed. So do take note that you are pretty high up.
Oh god.
Like how high up?
8 to 10 feet, depending on where it's got its arm at the moment.
Well, I'm just slammed into the ground, so I'm on the ground,
He
right?
pulled you up. He pulled you back up, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
now your turn.
All right. So as a move action, can I try to escape? Is that how it works?
Yes. He's got a crushing grip, though.
Yeah.
So enemies grabbed by this guy take a -4 penalty to checks to escape his grab, and must do so against the elemental's fortitude defense, even if using acrobatics.
Let's see.
So good luck. You may need it. Actually, you probably
Or if I attack him and use something that pushes him away, will I be able to escape then?
If you can push him more than 3 squares away, yes.
I do have stuff that I can push him with.
If there's
Let's
at least,
see.
well, basically, he has reach 3. If he can no longer quote unquote reach you with his reach 3, yes, you break the grab.
Okay.
probably
I'm
fall
going to
After that,
use
though.
I'm going to use an encounter power.
Okay.
This is called Beguiling Flash. It's a minor action.
Got it.
You create a sudden flash of light that temporarily confuses your foe so that it cannot easily find you.
Is it a ranged attack of any kind?
It does say range 10 on there.
Yeah. He'd get to basically smack you. Well,
He's dazed.
what?
What's that?
He's dazed.
Oh yeah, he's dazed. Never mind. Yes,
Ah,
I forgot about that.
okay. Well, I'm going to use it then, because I can
Yeah,
push him up to 5 squares with this if I do. So this is versus his will,
Got it.
and let's see if this works. So 20 versus his will.
Versus his will hit.
All right.
Where do you
He
want
doesn't
to
take any damage. That's a hit. You slide the target up to 3 squares, but with my orb, I can slide him another 2 squares, so 5 squares.
So,
And
what
until
depth do you want him at?
As far away from me as possible. So somewhere down in this area over here,
Okay.
wherever I put
So I
him,
can
5
do,
squares.
so it moves like 5 squares.
Yes, you can slide the target up to 5 squares. And until the end of my next turn, I have partial concealment from the target.
Yeah, I think that's about where you get.
All right, awesome. So
That'll do.
I am free from his grasp.
Yes, and you
Okay.
fall 8 feet. So not quite enough to do damage,
Phew!
but you are prone.
I am prone.
Just
Um,
I will give you at least no damage, but yeah, you fall on your butt.
okay, that's fine. That was my minor action. So
Yeah.
as my movement, I stand up.
Yep.
And as my standard, I'm going to cast a heal my first heal is going to be on Sephruz. Looks like he's in pretty rough shape.
Yeah.
So I cast 1 healing infusion upon him.
What's that?
So you can regain hit points equal to your healing surge.
Slip in.
Wait, what?
Healing surge plus 2.
Wait. Jared wants to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just let the suppository slip in.
Oh.
No longer blooded.
Alrighty.
Not blooded.
Alrighty. Anything else Dweon's doing? Remember, you have
Yes.
action points and you might need them.
I'm gonna need.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably use my action point now for this. And I'm gonna cast another healing spell on. Let's see, who should I do it? Both Aya and Cedra look pretty hurt right now. Actually, I'll let you decide. So I'm gonna cast restorative infusion.
Yeah.
On Aya. Basically, the effect. The target gains 20 temporary hit points. As a minor action, the target can transfer any of these temporary hit points to an ally within 5 squares of him or her. So Aya, you have 20 temporary hit points right now, and you can transfer them anywhere you want as a minor action.
Freaking sweet.
Yeah.
So, looks like you're a tank now.
Alright.
And that's all I can do.
That's all Dweon's doing. He's stone.
And I am concealed.
He's stone
I am
grass
concealed.
elemental is going to see if it recharges something. And it does. It's going to try and stone grass something again. Dweon looks like a good target. Versus his reflex. Never mind.
Thank God. 2 times in a row.
These seem to be
What
deemed-
happened to the stone grasp guy last time and this time? He thrust his arms to be melted into the ground. They just bounce off and he punches himself in the face.
It doesn't do any damage though. But,
Wait,
yeah.
so this is a charge?
No, he was doing that thing with the arms again.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And he failed again.
He's doing
Yeah.
the widdly widdly woo.
That is true.
Alrighty. Well, I have a kind of an idea of what I'm going to do. I feel that this ground shaker guy is not a positive fellow to have around, since he explodes into earth shaking, and that's pretty kind of a pain in the ass. And so,
You stand up.
yes, I'm going to use my minor action to stand up, and then I am going to use my... okay, fine, screw it, I'll use the daily. And then I'm going to use my minor action to use my aura, and then I'm going to use my standard action to use Whirling Mantis Step. And I'm going to draw out how I'm going to punch people. Actually, I don't have to draw it out because I'm just moving to here. Oop, easy for me to say. Right there. And I'm going to punch him. I thought at one point this was... oh, I abbreviated it.
So what's it versus?
Oops, sorry, I'm punching my bonuses in. I had to double check.
Punching
Haven't seen
your
this
bone,
sheet.
huh?
Yep, you caught me. Oh, I had that as a window after all. Ignore the second 2 damages because they're for targets that aren't there. Because I'm only targeting the guy. Alrighty, well he takes 25 damage. I'm going to flurry of blow the target. Blow him up.
Which does how much extra damage? 13?
13. And as my action point attack... oh no, I'm not going to action point. Never mind. That's all I really wanted to do.
Okay, that hurt him a lot. Not quite. No. Alrighty, Zeuel.
Okay, I am going to use my move action to shift there.